Thank you very much. Thank you. It's so good to see so many people who are taking the lead in their own lives and deciding that whatever was on offer is not good enough. I think the first principle of entrepreneurism is the fact that you say, no, whatever is being done can be added to, and I am just the person to do it. One of the most wonderful things about my life is the fact that I was born into a slummy London Irish Notting Hill in crime and poverty, but I never accepted the way that everybody had taken slummy boys and looked upon them as a waste of time and at best a cost to the taxpayer. I was very fortunate over the years to have a wonderful alma mater, a very, very good mentoring system, which was called the British Prison System. So I owe everything to Her Majesty's Prison Service. It's very true. I learned to read and write there. I learned to do a bit of bricklaying. I learned a bit of scaffolding. I learned a bit of printing. And in the end, I could use those things to get through life and get out of the sticky stuff in my late 20s, and in my 30s become an entrepreneur, start a small business to make a shed load of money to pay my wife's mortgage. They wouldn't put me on the mortgage because I was too dodgy. And then when I was 40, and having started a number of businesses, a number of magazines, I thought, you know, there's more to life than simply making a few bob. So what did I do? The reason I'm rushing is I've only got 10 minutes. What an insult. A man of my stature gets 10 minutes. Would you do that to Abraham Lincoln? You would not. Or Nelson Mandela. He could be able to talk until the end of the day. Anyway, here I am. But the point is, I got to the situation, I thought, you know, here I am making a bit of money here. I'm running my print company, but I really want to find a way of using social trading to bring about social change. About that time, I met a very, very important big-nosed Scotsman called Gordon Roddick, who had been married to the late and great Anita Roddick, and between them, they had started the Body Shop, which was one of those businesses that spurned all sorts of other businesses and created the idea that you didn't have to give up. You could actually have business that was business-like, but at the same time would have a social echo, and you could support all sorts of people like Amnesty International and all the other things. Anyway, I re-met that guy because I'd met him when I was 21, when I was hiding from the police in Scotland. Best place to hide because they always thought that if you were English, you were posh, and you never stop a posh person, do you, in the street, do you, and say, excuse me, what's in your pockets? So anyway, so the police left me alone, and I was up in Scotland, met this big-nosed Scotsman, re-met him 20 years later. He'd morphed into a multimillionaire, and he was in New York and was walking through New York and saw some guy selling a street paper, brought the idea back to England, asked me to do it because I'd been very much like the homeless. I'd been a rough sleeper. I'd been in drink and drugs and all that sort of stuff, and I'd been banged up. So anyway, so the long and the short of it, I got the chance. I am the living embodiment of never, ever, ever give up on anyone. And that is why I love the entrepreneurial movement. That's why I love it so much, because what is it all about? It's about not, first of all, giving up on yourself. There are people in this room, I'm sure, I could name one or two, who, when you say to them, let's take a risk, they say, oh, I don't know about that. You know, a risk. Are you all right, John? Sorry. No, you can't take a risk. And there's people like me who, if you're not taking a risk, you're not alive. And I want to sell that. There's risk and there's recklessness. Unfortunately, I sometimes am reckless. So that means that of the 100 things I've started, only about 4 have worked. So don't follow me. But stick with the risk. This is a wonderful day This is a really brilliant day run by the BIPC Startup Day. And I'm really glad to be here at the BIPC Startup Day. And I'm really glad that you've got all these libraries and you've got the brilliant British Library getting together and sending out the message. Let's build these social businesses. Let's build these businesses for profit. Let's utilize and use the opportunity that we all have to bring about the social transformation that Britain is under starters orders to take. And it will always be led by people like you. So get off your arse and get on with it. Thank you very much.